welcome to another video. My name is Eric Von Kimball, and what we're going to be going over is the 12-bar blues using dominant chords right now. All right, everybody, welcome. So what we're doing is going over the 12-bar blues, that 1, 4, 5 progression, but we're going to be using dominant chords. So what is a dominant chord? Basically, it is a major chord with a flat seventh. And you're still probably asking, what is a dominant chord? I still don't understand what that means. I'm glad you asked. So basically what that means is a flatted seventh in a major scale would give you a bluesy tone. So let me explain. Let's start with our A major scale. So if you remember from some previous videos, if not, go back to the A major scale and it sounds something like this. And if you remember how I talked about scale degrees using the major scale, the root would be your 1, and as you ascend in the scale, you would count the numbers all the way till you get back to the root again, which would also be 1 still. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Back at it's an octave higher from the beginning. And that seventh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's a major seventh because we're in a major scale. And what we do is lower it. It's a half step. So now it's called a flat 7. And just that one note gives you a whole new distinctive sound, which is going to be more of a bluesy sound, what we're going to call it today. It's going to give you that dominant 7 sound. So it's called a dominant 7 or just a 7th chord, implied the dominant. So how do you play a dominant 7th chord? Something like this. So what that is, we're in the key of A. So that's the 6th string, 5th fret, and we're gonna play our power chord. So that means that we're gonna be on the 5th string, 7th fret with our 3rd finger. And now that flatted 7th, we're gonna be playing also with our index finger. So we're gonna have a bar over all of the strings, and there's your 4th string, 5th fret, playing on with the index. Then my middle finger is going to be playing 3rd string, 6th fret, and then the last 2 is also with my bar, my index finger. So I'm playing 6 strings but with 3 fingers here. 6 strings with 3 fingers. Now try picking each one of those out. Make sure each note is ringing out clearly. All right, so we're making sure each note is ringing out clearly. And this is a bar chord as well, because while we're barring multiple strings with our index finger, and it should sound something like this, right? So again, 6th string, 5th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 4th string, 5th fret with our index, 3rd string, 6th fret with our middle finger, and the last 2, 2nd and 1st, 5th fret with our index finger. Now, as you get this one down, try experimenting. You can move it other places. Right? Now I'm going to show you another position to play that same type of chord, but now when we go to the 4 chord, what's the 4 chord? It's the 4th scale degree of the major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, which would be a D. And now we're going to play a D dominant 7 or a dominant 9, however you want to see it. So this one is a little different form, and our bar is actually going to be with our 3rd finger because we're barring the bottom 3 strings. But we'll get there in just a second. So middle finger, 5th string, 5th fret. then 4th string, 4th fret. So it sounds something like that. Looks something like this. And then 3rd string, 5th fret with our ring finger, 3rd finger. And we're gonna, so those are the essential notes. If you get those 3 notes, you pretty much got the chord. So if you're only playing those, you will be fine. But I'm going to show you even the rest of the 2 notes with that bar on the 3rd finger. If you can just lay that one down on the 3rd string, the 2nd string, and the 1st string while you hold those top 2, the 5th string and the 4th string, then you got a really nice fat chord right there. So again, 5th string, 5th fret with your middle finger, 4th string, 4th fret with your index finger, and then 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st string with your 3rd finger and the 5th fret. So you got 2 fingers that's in the same fret, the 5th fret. And then your 5 chord is built exactly the same as this, except you're going to move it up where? To the 5, the 5th scale degree of that major scale, which would be E. So that's up 2 frets. Right? And then back to the 4. Then to the 1. And if we did that turnaround, which at the end, that notice that's the same form as the 4 and the 5, except now you're going a half step above. So your root is actually on the 8th fret. So your middle finger on the 8th fret, 5th string, then 4th string, 7th fret with your index, and then 3rd string, you're on the 8th fret, and 8th fret on the 2nd string and 1st string. Then back down. That's your 5 chord. Up 1 half step, back down. So we're going to go over the form of this, and I'm going to actually sit and write this out, a chord chart for you so you can kind of see that as well. I'm going to also start to show you this in tablature as well over time. Get you guys reading tablature, which is going to be a great help for both of us, because when you can read the tablature, you can learn any song just by reading the tablature. So it'll help you out a whole lot. So let's go back and formalize how we're going to play a progression, the 12-bar blues, right? So we're going to learn about the 12-bar blues. 12 bars meaning that's how long it takes for the whole sequence to happen. 12 bars, and there's 4 beats in each bar. And so we're going to play each chord for a certain amount of time, which is a certain amount of bars. And when we get to the turnaround and start it back over, it would have been 12 bars, right? So you might have heard rappers say, oh, give me 16 bars, right? So that's kind of the same concept, except 16 is a little longer than 12, right? For a verse. But this is the same concept, except we're only doing 12. So let's talk about that. So when we start our 12-bar blues, we're going to start on the 1 chord, and we're going to play that for 4 bars, which means each bar gets 4 beats, and we'll do a sequence that's very simple right now. So it'll be something like a, so that's down, 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 up. That's 1 bar. So down, 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 up. So that's 1 bar doing that down, 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 up. So what I want you to do is do that one 4 times, and then that will equal 4 bars before we switch and go to our 4 chord and do the down, 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 up. And we're going to do that 2 times. So that will make it 6 bars total. Then we'll come back to the 1 and do that twice. So what would that make it? 8 bars, right? Then we'll go to our 5 chord. We'll do that one time. Then our 4. That's 10. 11. And then go. So that's going to be our turnaround on the 12th bar, which takes us back to the 1. So it's a 1. So we hit that 1 chord. Then it's like a sharp 5 or a flat 6, which is the one that's on the 8th, the dominant 7 that's on that F, which is half step up from your 5. And that's your whole 12 bar blues. And then you start back over 4 times. That's 2, 3, 4, 4 chord, 5, 6, back to the 1, 7, 8, 5 chord, 9, 4 chord, 10, 1, 11, 1. Switch to the 4 chord. 1. 5 chord. 4 chord. 1 chord. For the turnaround. Right? So that might have been a little fast, right? So I'm going to slow it down and put the beat on, and then we'll play it together. All right, so we're at about 71 beats per minute. That was the turnaround right there. So as it's coming up, we're going to start on the 1 chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. To the 4. Back to the 1. To the 5. To the 4. To the 1. Turn around. Again. 3 times. To the 4 chord. To the 1. To the 5. To the 4. To the 1. Turn around. One more time. To the 4. To the 1. To the 5. To the 4. To the 1. Turn around. Now do it without me saying it. All right, guys, so that was the 1-4-5 blues in A. we're using dominant chords, and we're using a basic turnaround, and we're playing that 12-bar blues. Now, there's many variations to play the 12-bar blues, many variations to play a turnaround, but these are more than enough to get you started, to get you jamming with some of your friends, so you can start to implement not only that 12-bar blues, but that minor pentatonic scale too I showed you. So in the next lesson, we'll be talking more about that blues scale, which is the minor pentatonic scale, but with a blue note in it, right? And you might have seen me doing some soloing. Well, you did see me do some soloing in the beginning using that particular scale and a couple different modes as well to add to flavor, which you can also do. And we're going to be talking about that more in some of the future lessons. So if you got some value from it, let me know. Leave a comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe as well, because it definitely helps the YouTube algorithm. Everybody says that, right? But hey, I want to make sure that you guys are getting some value from the lesson. So please let me know in the bottom, and I'll see you guys on the next lesson.